What's going on, guys? We are back. Well, Gibbs is back. I am back with some replay analysis. This one is of Proton. He is a rising star in Rocket League, and he's playing with two of his buddies, Milton Cat and Bubbly Bernie. Now, he did his replay actually through the $150 coaching tier, which I'm really grateful for. So I'm doing a replay before I meet up with him to try and figure out what they can work on and stuff like that. I'll probably meet with the whole team, I would think. I'm not positive. But we'll figure that out later in the month. But for now, this will be just a replay analysis of what he could have done better. Now, this game he sent me, it was a 7-2 or a 7-3 game. So they did a lot of things right. So it's going to be a little bit harder to find some of the mistakes. But we're going to go through the full replay and talk it through as we go. And I'll say, like, where he could have done better here, what he could have done there, and so forth. So let's start this over, and we'll just start from the beginning and just go through it. So I'm going to generally be on Proton's player review. I'm mostly going to focus on him. I'll focus on a little bit of team play. One thing I noticed, actually, right away, early on, I see Milton, when he cheats on faceoffs, so I'll look through this before we started, he doesn't cheat super close. Like, if you're going to cheat, just go for it. Like you can see here, even just from Proton's view, he's kind of just like sitting at that first boost. Usually I would be a little bit closer. That's one thing I noticed that could be done a little bit better when you're cheating on faceoffs. Here was a very nice aerial goal by Proton, and I do like how he goes for boost once he knows that ball control is fine. Uses a flip, saves some boost, so he's up in midfield while his teammate rotated behind him while he was collecting boost. Actually, I think he just, Bubbly leaves for boost and like all the way back, so he flips forward, and he's in the perfect spot, ready for this play. This was extremely good positioning, and he does this a lot during this video, and it usually works out for him. A couple times where he flips when he shouldn't, but that's the dangers of either using boost or flipping, which we'll go over when it happens later in the video. So let's continue here. Here he kind of gets a poor touch on this, just kind of misjudges the aerial. It still goes into open space, so he's fine. What was smart here, though, he sees that the other team does not jump for it, so he knows it's his ball, and he goes at the proper time, because both guys are up right now. Milton is coming back, but he's a little bit lazy on the comeback, so he needed to touch that to keep it out of danger, and he did well enough. Like, that's not going to cost you. Here's actually a really bad mess-up by Proton. So this I noticed a couple times, where he doesn't really look at where everyone is. Right now, he sees there's three guys in front of him, all from the other team. As we continue this replay, they try and clear it. Milton clears it back in. It's still all three. Like, one just went off screen on the right there. But it's still all three. So this ball, once it goes over, that's my jam, that's a free goal. Instead, he rushes this and goes for the hit to try and, I guess, beat Milton to the ball here, which he doesn't really have to do. Slow it down even more. Here, right here, he should wait, because that's my jam has a really hard play. I'm on his hand because it's going to come off the wall, and he's backwards. And best case scenario, that's my jam probably pops it off his head and throws it kind of where Proton is sitting. Maybe that's my jam throws it back into the same corner, then that's fine. Then the play's broken up, and he couldn't do anything anyway. Instead, though, he rushes this. That's my jam actually misses. So if he didn't rush and just kind of waited for that's my jam, he would have had a free shot on net, and instead he sets up a pass at least. Like I would consider this a pass to his teammate, but Bubbly just couldn't put this one away. Actually, Milton came in and kind of stole it from him. We should have left that for Bubbly, but that could have been a free goal if he just was a little bit more patient and noticed that all three were up and they couldn't affect his play really at all. Here we go. Now he's kind of waiting. This is a little unlucky. He could have had a better shot here. Let's slow it down again. So we see one's dead. So there's only two left. Mr. Escape misses, gets flown into his net. Then Paul just kind of throws it up through a pass for him. And his only chance is to just come off that wall and hope for the best. So maybe here he should have waited to jump a little bit later so he can just put it top shelf. Like, when you have a free shot, you always just want to throw it high. Like, if you have that opportunity. So if he was a little bit more patient and just used the bounce and just threw it up high, like right below the crossbar, that's a free goal. But it's understandable that he thought it was probably free anyway because Paul screwed up so hard. But generally, when you have free shots, you still want to place them high if you can. It's definitely key. Here they kind of screw up. Him and his teammate Milton. Milton's right next to him. Here, which you can't see, actually. If I go into fly view, Milton's right there. And on this play, they both kind of go for this ball. So that is one where you just have to, one person has to go for it. And Milton probably is the one that shouldn't have. Proton had a poor hit, but Milton should have seen Proton in front of him and not tried to play that ball. So if we continue this play, we'll go back to play review. It kind of sets up red for a counter here. And Bubbly Bernie's kind of left alone to play defense. He kind of whiffs. Proton gets back, but then it's a really nice shot by the orange team. So this was all because of this poor hit right here. Honestly, at this point, he kind of just misjudged. Like, that's one I usually would just throw off the top of my head to waste a little bit more time instead of trying to pass it like into the middle, like off the wall. Because you know red's countering, so you never want to pass it off the sidewall while the other team is countering. But that just seemed like a misjudge, and Milton probably shouldn't have gone for it as well. Here, Proton as well. He cheats, but he cheats a little bit back. It did work out for him, so, I can't fault him too much for it. Maybe that's just how it works for them. Here, he's coming back. Bubbly Bernie should have moved up a lot quicker on that play, actually. If we go back here, right when he does his front flip, right here, Bubbly Bernie should be moving up. So let's go to fly viewed. I want to go to just no view at all here. And we see the rain getting stuck on the screen. Bubbly Bernie is super deep in net. There's no reason to be that deep in net at all. So now we're just going to play from here. He's slowly coming out now, and they slowly transition, but that's got to be a quicker transition. Bubbly Bernie, maybe not flip, but he should have not been 3 card lengths into his own net when the ball's that far away. There's no reason for that. So they do finally switch. And then a shot comes on. Bubbly Bernie kind of forces Paul to shoot that, and Proton makes a good save. And actually a good clear on the way back. Let's go back to player view. We'll see his hit. So he gets back to net. Paul just kind of lobs it to him. This is actually really good clear. Those clears is what you want. When they throw it high on you, it's really good if you can throw it high back. Because if you throw it low, it's a really easy clear back to them. Here he's just kind of trying to waste time, waiting for his team to come back, which is not bad at all. And it actually works out really well because it bounces off the curve weirdly and sets up a perfect shot for Milton. This is more of an orange mistake than a good play by Proton, but he was wasting time, which is good when his team is trying to cycle back. We go on the face-off. So now, it depends what you're trying to do on the face-off here. Here, he kind of, throws it to the right, but Paul's already going right. Usually, you don't want to throw it behind you on a face-off because generally the other team is going to cheat that way. You want to throw it in front of you on the face-off across the diagonal, which my camera's probably backwards for which way I'm pointing, but that's besides the point. So he throws it behind him, which doesn't really help. It kind of just gives Paul a chance at this. Paul misses, but that's Paul's ball. So generally in face-offs, if I'm in diagonal, I like to roll it in front of me and have your teammate cheat that way more, because that's usually your side of the field. It works out for him. And that they get a nice easy goal here because of orange mistakes. There was a lot of orange mistakes in this game, so it's kind of hard to analyze perfectly because blue did so well, but I'm trying to point out where I can here. So here he should probably just get the boost a little bit quicker, and then he wouldn't have to stay under the ball. It does work out that he wins it anyway, but personally, what I would do, if a ball's bouncing like this, you either go up the wall and attack it, or you grab this boost and turn around and then play the ball, and you have a little bit of a better angle at it. But I can't really argue with this. It works for him. He does a nice pass. Last orange guy should have not gone for that ball. That's for sure. And it was a nice pass to the middle. He just had to beat the one orange guy, and he did, which was a smart play. Here's waiting. This is smart. He didn't want to get boost until he knew it was safe to. And again, he flips here, so then he saves a little bit of boost, gets to midfield, and actually a really, really nice shot here. So all 3 from orange go for it, and they screw up pretty bad, but that's a really solid shot. That's really hard to save. When it's back corner and a lob shot, it's really hard for a goalie to save. Well done there by Proton. Here he's just cheating. Just chilling in net. Smart play, not going for boost, knowing that ball is coming to him. Good play. There, maybe he could have been a little bit more patient. He could have stopped probably here just to see what type of hit that's my jam was doing. Yeah, you want to pressure, but at the same time, he's going to just try and hit this away. So you should just kind of sit back a little bit. Then you could have saved a little bit of that boost that he just used and been ready for the next hit to try and center it for Milton or one of his teammates. So now he has to go back because he has no boost. He missed the boost, actually, which is kind of bad. Like, the boost was there. It just spawned right behind him. So sometimes you just got to know when those, like, boosts are spawning. That comes when you play a lot. Like, you'll just be like, car just kind of passed back here by, like, 5 seconds. And the big boost only takes 10 seconds. So by the time I get there, 2 more seconds and I'll be good. But, yeah. So this play, actually, I don't mind him attacking this. Because he can't see the guy on the left. And he knows that the guy in the back is not scoring this. Plus, his teammates know to cycle back since they missed. Not a terrible play there. Like, sure, he gets beat, but it didn't cost his team anything. And, like, I think that's actually a pretty decent play. Like, if you have a chance to attack it, sometimes, like, you'll mess up and you won't win the ball, but it's hard to tell every single time. And as long as you have backup from your team, then you're fine. Now, the goal here was just a free goal, pretty much. Orange just kind of whiffed here, I think. Like, good clear by Bubbly. Yeah, like Orange just kind of set him up. Just set up Milton for an easy shot because 2 of them went for it. So, not much doing there. He messes up his handstand there. Or, I guess, foot stand. I don't know. So, need to work on that. But, you know, that'll come in time. This is a smart play. He's backing up. Bernie again, though. Bernie is not coming out quick enough. He needs to attack that ball right away. As soon as he sees his teammate coming back to net, Proton's doing a good job cycling the net. But Bubbly is not doing a good job of seeing his team cycle in the net and then attacking the ball because of it. So Bubbly goes late here, so Paul wins it instead, when that was Bubbly's ball for sure. Proton does a good job, just waits for like the chaos to end. That's fine. Like, he's trying for just like a tip off the wall. I mean, you're the first man to the ball. I don't mind in threes if you attack a ball, if you're the first man up. It's not that big a deal. Bubbly has a good clear here. They both cycle back. Proton there, actually, this was kind of a bad handbrake. This is bad position right here by Proton. He sees Orange hit the ball pretty well, and he turns around right away. Unless he has super trust in Milton, I would wait an extra second on that because it was in the air, so those are always kind of tough. So I would have probably the handbrake to net, and then instead, when Mr. Escape hits that, he would have been set probably for a better clear than what happened there. And since it was a bad clear, then Orange keeps it in. And they try and get it out, but I don't think they ever do here. I think this is when Orange scores. And again, a bad hit here. And really, this is all because of that handbrake turn. Like, they score eventually here. Because of that one bad handbrake turn. Like, if he would have just went to net and, like, yeah, like, you want to trust your teammates. But at the same time, when it's a good clear, you got to be like, that's going to be a tough one to clear back. And, you know, you have to play a little bit safer. So right there, that handbrake kind of cost this whole part here. Like, of course, Milton could have had a better clear, but this just starts the dominoes, basically, of Orange being on their side of the field. And then this play right here, like, he's net, but he's just got to be able to adjust it just a little bit better. Like, I would just stay sideways at that. Like, he's trying to clear it out. Just throw it back to the same corner. Just stay sideways, clear to the same corner, and you'll be fine. He tries to, like, throw it out, and that doesn't really work. Now, this play, too, he kind of panics, which is very understandable because the ball's about to go in. He has time here, actually. Like, with the save, he can try and pinch it off this post. Instead, he barely hits it. Like, he had actually a really good opportunity to pinch that off the post and, like, make it squirt out. It's not the easiest play, and it's, like, it's tough because the ball's almost in, so he might have been able to. I could be wrong, actually. This ball was really close to going in by the time he hits it. Yeah, let's see. That's where he hits it. Let me back it up just a bit, I think. We'll go into slow-mo here. Alright, let's see how close this ball actually is. Alright, 10%. Yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, he might have had a little bit extra time, but I mean, I can't fault him too hard for that. That's a tough play. Let's go back to play review. So they cleared out. Oh, 100%. Now here, he kind of panics. Well, so I shouldn't say he panics. This is not a panic play. This is actually the only chance he has to save this shot, is to dive across like that. But the other guy just whiffs completely, and he's just kind of left out, like, in the dust. And, like, Nothing you could do about that. That was actually a really good chance at a save, but the orange guy just kind of whiffs hard. So, but that whole play started because he turned around just a little bit too soon, I thought. Of course, it's like hindsight is 2020, so I can't fault him too hard, but it's another little play where he can do better. So this play actually works out for him, but again, he can challenge that a little bit quicker, like if he learns to read those walls better, like as goalie, which is one of the harder things to do in the game, then he could read that a little quicker. He almost gets dunked on, but since he's behind the ball, it works out for him. There's one other thing with this play that I don't like. Now, this could just be because he knows he has a goal, but watch his boost. Watch when he turns supersonic. He turns supersonic here. He still has boost on for another, like, quarter of the field. Like, half of the field, even. He's still boosting the whole way. There's no need to boost there. Like, he probably thinks, oh, it's a free net, so whatever. Why not? And because, like, you want to be the first to the ball, but once you're supersonic, then you don't have to boost anymore. And I'm just pointing that out just in case he doesn't know. I assume he does, but just watch the boost management. Every player does it, though. Like, even the pros will use boost when they're supersonic sometimes. So that's not a huge deal, but I figure I'll point it out. It's actually a long video. I'm surprised. It's going this long. So here we go. He's cheating again. He's like, again, they kind of cheat a little too far back, personally. All right, so here he flips. This is a bad time to flip. So before, how I was saying, his flips were great to go to midfield. Like, this is a really hard hit ball, and he should just go attack it right away. Like, he has boost. He has 32 boost that you start with. He could have attacked this and beat Mr. Escape to it. Instead, he flips away from it. Maybe he misjudged where it was hitting on the wall. So he misses the boost and gives a free clear to Mr. Escape here, which actually kind of whiffs as well. He hits it poorly, at least. But that could have been, like, a shot even, because Mr. Escape, like, took a really bad angle at it. So that's one thing to just, like, you don't always have to get boost off faceoffs. Like, if you have a chance, like, in the offensive side, because a ball hit fast off the wall, take it. But that's really just ball prediction. Like, that's the hardest thing in this game, and that will be, like, are you a pro or not? It's based on ball prediction, mostly, because, like, if you know how to ball predict every single time, you're going to be one of the best in the world. So that's really tough to do. All right, so here he's just chilling in net. This is a smart play. Like, you don't know what's happening. Now he should leave, which he does. But again, he flips, and it's like, so this flip again is kind of like, I wouldn't flip here because Mr. Escape's just about to hit that ball. So now he flips and he's kind of out of the play. Like, if Mr. Escape hit that up the wall faster, he would have been totally out of the play. So it's like, yeah, like, it's good to get that speed boost, but it kind of screws him here because then he turns around and is kind of tentative, like, going for this ball. Now, the other problem with this play, so he flips here, which is a problem. As soon as we get to it right here, let's go to 25%. Okay, so he flips, and he's got to turn around. Bubbly misses. Now, Milton is coming back. Like, he can see Milton coming back. He sees he's not challenging the ball. So right here, one of these two has to challenge this ball. You don't just let someone dribble up on your side of the field. So Milton probably could have just turned and challenged this, and that would have been a smarter play, maybe. But as soon as he flips, he's going to net. Like, you know he's going to net. So he should be turning around right away and attacking Mr. Escape to make him do, like I would call a football move, you know, like with wide receivers. To make him do a dribble move so he loses ball control, and then it's an easier save. But he waits way too long, and that's why Jam actually comes in and just kind of swipes it out and scores it over both of them. So if he would have went sooner, like as soon as Milton turns here, he would attack Mr. Escape. It probably would have just run up the wall, and everything would have been fine because Milton would have been in net. Or Mr. Escape tries to cut it to the middle, and he hits it kind of away from him, and then Milton has a free clear. But instead, he just waits a little too long. Like, you just can't wait this long when they're dribbling up, because when they're closer to the net, then if he tries to do a dribble move, it's more likely going to go in because the goalie can't react. But if you do it further away, the goalie has plenty of time to react. So here, Milton has less time to react, and that's a goal for That's My Jam. So that's the thing. Like, if you ever see someone dribbling, you should never have two goalies when you see someone dribbling. One should always be attacking them right away, so the other guy can then take the ball away from him once that guy makes like a football-type maneuver or a dribble, because then he usually loses ball control a little bit. Here, here was kind of a poor shot. Like, he's got plenty of time here. He should be a little bit patient and wait for this ball to bounce and then throw it up high. Like, either he can throw it up high for a backboard hit, or he can try for a top shelf shot. Instead, he hits it just before the bounce, and that's never a good time to hit the ball, unless you purposely try and do a bounce shot, but he wasn't really trying to do one there. So usually on those, just be a little bit more patient, and you'll have a chance to do a nice high shot, and if it misses high, at least you'll have a teammate to do a rebound for it. But that's going to do it for this video. We'll go back to their onslaught of goals while I talk it through, but I hope you guys like it, and thanks Proton for the Patreon support. It means a lot, man. It's insane that you even want coaching from me, but I appreciate it, buddy, and we'll definitely connect soon, and that's about it, guys, for this video. If you want to see anything different in replays coming forward, I'm only doing this one tonight because I'm kind of behind on my scheduling for YouTube stuff, so, like, let me know. I'll have 3 or 4 more replays, I think, from Patreon throughout this month. And then we got a special one at the start of April, which should be a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, so thanks for watching, and thanks for all the support. It means a lot. And I'll see you next time, guys. Later.